Evening, guys. First time. This is the first time I'm doing it live on here, but also recording it for my YouTube channel as well. So it should be good. Yeah. Evening, Rick, Debbie Carmen. Right, before I do anything else, I just want to touch on a few things with the Pesco I missed out the other day, and that is people don't realise how bad this Pesco is, because you know what's going to be happening is, if you're not careful, they'll conscript your kids into there, and then they can be employed anywhere. People don't realise all this. The favourite one. Cheers, Gallows. Evening, Lisa. You know, so people don't get that's what's going to be happening. You know, with the Lisbon Treaty and also Pesco, that you know your kids are going to be conscripted into the army, and they can do it. And don't think for 1 minute that they won't do that, because they will. So all these people who think it's a good idea to keep sitting on the fence, you won't be sitting on the fence when it happens and your kids get conscripted into the army, whether against your will, whether you want to or not. They become, because with the birth certificate thing, you know, they haven't got a choice basically. They'll be frog marched down to the thing and signed over. But that's down to people. You know, we can only advise people on what's going on. These both treaties, the Barcelona Declaration, the Lisbon Treaty, Pesco, you name it, all the other ones with immigration that's coming out, Agenda 21, Agenda 30. Yes, that's correct, Eric. You've got to all renounce your birth certificates, get it sent back, claim it. Get rid of your legal fiction. Trying to get into people's heads. Yeah, they won't listen now. That's just it, because they believe in the bullshit they watch on the telly. That's the problem you've got. Oops, my phones fell off. Sorry about that. I was trying to scroll down for the thingies. Evening, fight. So basically, that's what's happening with all that. But it's in our hands. Like I said the other night, it's in our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We can come together and stand together. You know. I need, oh shit, this bloody phone. Penny, the best person to ask on the birth certificate, who is it now? It's probably Nathan. Nathan, I think Emma knows. Well, because I haven't had much to do with common law courts, to be honest. It's not my thing. I do research, but not on that side of it. But I do know it's important that we do it. And if everybody gets into lawful rebellion as well, start attacking these people where it hurts them, in the pockets. Because that's all these people know. They don't listen to voting. It's proved that. So the only way now we can hurt them is with that. Hurt them in the pockets is what I say. And if you all get under lawful rebellion, proper lawful rebellion, we can hurt them that way, because you're quite entitled to distress the state. Set this up on your phone, it's cool. Yeah, I'll have a look into that later, Mitch. Well, I'm not very technical though, to be honest. It's took me all this while to realise how to do the two together with two phones on the, you know, on the YouTube and on here at the same time as well. So that's okay, Penny. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help, darling. Well, anyway, last night, as you know, last week, I did a video. And I said, all the facts are out there, blah, 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 this, that and the other. We're not going to get, evening, Gav, we're not going to get involved anymore with this Andy bullshit. And we haven't. I've done 2 videos since then. It's been over a week ago. We've not mentioned them. People keep saying the dragons are causing all the disruption, blah, blah, blah. We haven't mentioned a thing for well over a week. Not one thing, ladies and gentlemen. But yesterday, last night, Jesus went on a live and absolutely ripped a new one out of the Dragons. Blah, blah, blah. We can't see it. We're all blocked from seeing the link. I've been sent the link. I wish I'd got a penny for how many links I've been sent today with the same link on, and we just can't watch it. We've only been told what people have told us. But since then, this afternoon, Rick has got out of the link, and he's going to be going live at 9 o'clock. So everybody tune in to Rick, 9 o'clock. We're going to debunk everything that they've said, because, you know, I will say one thing. I got banned because Jesus is on about being racist, blah, blah, blah. What I got banned for, ladies and gentlemen, was about 14 months ago. I shared a video about Zionism, about how it's taken the Rothschilds and Zionists taking over our country, basically. So I shared it, just like many, many other people have shared the same video. I've seen the same video doing the rounds on Facebook for the last 14 months since I've shared it. But that's what I got banned for. Now, Jesus knew this because he said I got banned for being, because it's classed as racist, it's classed as anti-Semitism. So Jesus said I was racist, blah, blah, blah. The only way he would have knew that is if they were the ones who reported my post and got me banned, because it was not common knowledge. I just said I'd had a 12-month, a 7-day ban for something that I posted 14 months ago, but I didn't say what it was. So for him to come out with that yesterday, they've got inside knowledge to actually what it was and the reason, and I got banned, obviously, because they had reported me. It couldn't be anything else. That's the only way you could have knew that was, because I've not made it common knowledge. And then he says I'm abusive. Whenever any of you watching this now heard me be abusive to anybody who doesn't deserve it, I only attack when I get attacked. I am not an abusive person. I'm one of the most easygoing people you will ever come across. I don't lose my temper very often. Evening, Brian. And it's just something I don't do. So for me to be attacked in that way, again, last night, along with Nathan, I don't know what they said about Nathan. I would imagine it's bullshit and just as bad. Oh yeah, one of them was, Nathan was to blame for, and he could have indulged in something because he said there was a psychiatrist in the room at the airport and he's a government insider because he must have all this knowledge. No. If you watch John's live feeds, which we do, and what people watch them for us and we get them sent, John read out a statement when he was in the airport. And John himself, John Manoa himself, said in that room there was police, there was immigration, and there was a doctor and a psychiatrist. It come out of John's mouth. That's where it came from. The man himself, from the horse's mouth, as they say. So to turn around and say the Dragon, Nathan's inside his government agent, it's a load of bullshit, because Nathan only was watching the same as everybody else did, and he picked it up from there. And that's what we've, everything that we put out is come out of their mouths. Look at it. Look at what we say, then go and watch their lives. We're only repeating and pulling them up on what the things that they say that are out of order. And I haven't even attacked anybody. All I've said is it's a scam. And I believe it's a scam, and I'm entitled to my way. I'm entitled to my opinion. And that's all I've said. I haven't gone openly attacking anybody. Only when they've attacked me. Eddie come over and had a right go at me in London. I didn't even put that picture out. Yes, it was wrong. It wasn't Eddie. And I've held my hand up today, and I told Eddie I would. And I'll hold my hand up. It wasn't you, Eddie. But it was, what it was, when I've spoke to Rick, was, that was a Black Panther picture, and it was on Eddie's thing. But Eddie, Rick's doing the show tonight. Phone him, mate. Sort it with him. Your beef's with Rick, not with me. I haven't put anything out about anybody. I don't know enough, like Nathan and Rick. I only back them up because the Dragons, you've got to back your own. They've got the facts. I won't back it if it's wrong, and if that wasn't Eddie, I apologise, it wasn't Eddie, we got it wrong. That's the only thing I will say. All the other stuff, it's bang on the money as far as I'm concerned. You don't have buy one, get one free shares. Nobody does. It's impossible. No company would survive buy one, get one free shares. No company. Ask anybody. Ask go up Asda and Sainsbury's, anywhere you want to go, and ask them if they've ever done buy one, get one free shares. And the other thing, what's tricked me, is these people, this technology, what is pushing now, is old technology. Right? Now, this technology, the people who invested in all this technology years ago pulled out because it was non-viable. Do you think if that was at all viable after the money they've already pumped in to see if it was going to be a goer or not, if that was going to be this great big thing and going to make trillions, don't you think they would have carried on with it? Don't you think they wouldn't have pulled the plug? They'd have just pushed on and they'd have been pumping it out themselves. John Manoa would have never got his hands on it if it was viable. Because the original people who was doing it would have done it themselves. It doesn't take much to work out, really. And these are the questions I want answering, and Andy won't answer them. I ain't against anybody who's doing stuff right. But when alarm bells ring in my head, I won't believe something until somebody allays them fears. And I can't believe, and I won't believe that this is true till the evidence is put in front of me. And there's no evidence at all being put in front of me to prove other than it's a scam. You know? And Andy's saying, oh, the Dragons this, the Dragons that. The Dragons never tell people. He's saying we do, but we don't. There's people now, the Dragons following them. Matt Kenny, he's watching this now where he was. He follows the King's flag. He's a Dragon. Ask Matt Kenny if ever I found him up giving him a load of grief. Because he's doing what he's doing. If he speaks to me, I might say, nah, you've got it wrong, Mac. But I certainly don't tell him what he can do and what he can't do. Now, Andy's publicly said that anybody who's following this flag, we all know it's not going to happen, but if they did ever get into power, they're saying anybody who's gone against his flag is going to either be deported out the country or put in prison. So where's the democracy in your flag, Andy? You can't have an opinion. So don't give the bullshit that you can't have an opinion when you're a Dragon, because you've got a lot more opinions when you're a Dragon than when you follow you. We've seen that. When people pull away, you've called Diana a thief. That woman is as honest as Hayes Long, and she's still got that £400 that John left in her house, sitting on the table, waiting for one of yous to go round and sign for it, and you can have it back. Simple. But nobody's been, have they, Andy? But now you're calling her a thief and a liar. No, she's not. She realised it was a scam. She's got out. Your money's there waiting. She's not spent it. It's there waiting for you. Go and sign for it and have it back. May I make it clear, I am not a government agent, MI5, MI6. I'm not claiming disability benefit, and I'm also, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So, to say the lies they're putting out about the Dragons is wrong. And that's all I'm on here tonight for. But I'm telling you now, ladies and gentlemen, after tonight, whatever they put out, do not expect me to keep coming on here and responding, because I've had enough of it. I moved on last week, and I moved on, and I've done 2 videos since, and I haven't even mentioned the King's flag or the wind turbine thing. I have not. I've moved on because we've got bigger and better things to do. We're planning judicial reviews and that to get this country back. That's what the Dragons are going to be doing. So we don't want to be sidetracked by these anymore. So, you've only got Andy to blame for this one. So, before you all jump at the gun and start saying, oh, the Dragons are out of order, this, that and that, we haven't carried anything on. We finished it last week. The only reason I'm on is because they attacked again last night. Jesus attacked us again, all of us. But the funny thing is, unlike this one, where you'll be able to watch it, and this will be able to be, this won't be shadow blocked, whatever. Anybody can send Andy a copy of this. It won't be blocked. He'll be able to see it. Unlike the one they did last night, where all the main people who they've talked about, for some reason, can't watch it. Funny that, isn't it? Funny. Very funny that you can't get to watch it. But everybody will be able to watch this one. Because I am transparent, Andy. I don't hide my videos. You can watch them. It's shocking what you're doing. Honestly, God, really is. I don't get what you're doing. Well, I do get what you're doing. Your numbers are probably down. You ain't getting people watching. So the only way you can get back interest, to pick on the Dragons again. Well, this is the last time you'll pick on us and get a response. Because we're done with it, Andy. We know it's a scam. People want to follow you and want to believe it. That's entirely up to them. If they lose the money or you don't get your kids back, like John Manoa was promising, nobody can promise you get your kids back 100% like this guy is. And all you vulnerable women out there who are following this, expecting your kids back, shame on you. Shame on you. Because you're not going to get your children back. In fact, you're more likely not to get your children back ever again when this comes out. Because once this comes out, that this is all a scam and everything else, and you've all followed it, a conspiracy to kill the Queen, everything else that will be involved in it, the likelihood is you won't never see your kids again. My advice to you is to get out of this while you can. Because like I said, this is the last time I'll be doing a video on anything. You've been warned. You've all been warned it's a scam. You've all been warned of why and what the consequences are. Now, if you don't take heed, fine. Carry on following it. But don't come moaning to the Dragons. You've got your life. I've got my life. You move on and do what you want to do. Follow Andy if you want. But don't come giving me grief when it all falls to pieces. Because that's what's going to happen in the long run. We're not getting involved anymore. We're going to leave it. Because that'll come down on its own soon enough. Because that's all being watched. So, you carry on, guys, and do what you want to do. Because the red flags should all be there for you already. You shouldn't need pointing out any more than they are. And like I said, I can't go on about it too much because I haven't seen it. So I don't know. I can't comment on what they've said about Nathan and other people. Because I don't know. I know bits and bobs. Well, I've been told. But Rick is going to be playing the full video at 9 o'clock and going to be going through different bits and debunking everything they've said bit by bit. So you'll see for yourselves. But this is the last time we'll ever be doing it. So Andy, if you're watching, slag away, son. But you ain't never going to get another response out of me. Because the people all know now, we're leaving you to the authorities as and when. If you're good enough, lucky enough to get away with it, fair play to you. But I can't see it myself because there's too much going on. And there's too many people on it. You've only got to look on YouTube, the amount of people who are exposing you every single day of the week. Every day of the week. Exposing it for what it is. And I'm not necessarily saying it's you, Andy. I think you've been sucked in. But John Manoa is definitely a fraud. And the amount of people that's got £1 trillion note on their heads now, the shareholders ain't going to see no profits for 20 years anyway, because it took him that long to pay the assassins back. I just don't get it. I I don't get it why people can't see it. I just don't get it. You've only got to listen to John talk. Ties himself up in knots. And he'll be doing a video about me next, like he has with Rick and like he has with Nathan, like he always does, about us, every time we come out. But don't blame me, John. This ain't my fault, mate. This is Jesus' fault. We left you alone. We wasn't going to touch you anymore, and we're not going to touch it again after this video. And after Rick's done his bit tonight. The Dragons are finished with you. You're old hat. We've moved on. We're going to try and save this country. We've got better things to do than keep getting involved with this shit. So all the people out there, you can go and show him all this, because this will be the last time. And there's many things, many things. What was that? Andy is what? Oh, shit. Andy's been trying to make out Tracy Blackwell is behind him, but caught on live today. Also shared. Ah, so Tracy ain't behind him then. I wish I knew what was going on. See, this is what he says. These people were going to do everything. But you'll make your own minds up, guys. The Dragons are fed up trying to try. We tried with a good heart. With a good heart, ladies and gentlemen. We tried for every single one of you to try not to get you involved in this, to pull you away from me. All we've done is got attacked. Blah, 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 blah. We ain't having it no more. There's only so much you can try and help somebody, but if you keep getting slapped in the face by them, you've got to walk away and leave them to it. And let them deal with their own consequences. We've tried. Nobody's listened. We've got the facts. We know the truth. A lot of people have pulled away. A lot of people have listened to the Dragons. And well done you guys who have listened. And there'll be many more who will wake up eventually. Yeah, like Rich just said, but at least now, you know, if you're banned on Facebook and you can't comment or post or share stuff, at least you can still go live. Because if I knew that, I would have gone live on the other day when I went live on my other account instead of this one. But you know, just take a deep breath, guys. Pull yourself. I'll tell you what to do, guys. Come away. 2 days. Away from the Dragons, away from him, and look for yourselves. Just look for yourselves. And make your own minds up. But if you stay, then everything that happens, you've got to admit, if all the facts are there and you still don't want to see, what else can we do? We can't do anything. But to say the Dragons ain't for the people and they're against the people and this, that and the other, it's totally out of order. You know, it would be good, you know, if more people came out and spoke out about it. Because there's other people. Well, like I say to you, I wasn't going to do it, but I will do it. Go on YouTube. Maybe first. Mackenzie's Devils. Mickey the Mouse Family. MK Ultra. Mayfair. Danny Jones. Flow Destroyer. Go and look at all these people. These people all expose Andy on a daily basis. Just like we do. We can't all be wrong. We can't all be wrong. Do you think I want it to be true? Do you think I want this to be true? No, I don't. Because I don't want to see good people robbed of money. I don't want to see vulnerable women promise the kids back and they're not getting them. See, that's one thing the Dragons have never ever done. We've tried to help people with social services, but we've never guaranteed anybody anything that we can get the kids back, because it's very hit and miss. There's mitigating circumstances. So you can never ever go and say, we'll get your kids back, no problem, 100%. You can't do that, ever. And for John to do that, shame on you, John. You shouldn't be doing that, mate. You're giving people false hope. Yeah, Andy is an intelligent guy. That's the problem. That's why I don't understand what Andy's doing. Because if he wasn't intelligent, I'd be the first one saying, oh, well, you know, he may be down now, but Andy's very intelligent. He knows exactly what he's doing. And that's what makes it harder. Because I wish he wasn't. Because it'd be easy to debunk him for what he is. Yeah. That's about the size of it, Rick. Pound notes. Money's a funny thing. Unfortunately, I ain't bothered about money. I never asked for money off anybody, and I never will. I'm in this because I love every single one of you. I love this country. We want it back from the EU. That's all I'm in it for, and my kids and grandkids and future generations. I'm not in it for money. The first time people said to me, you've got to have money, I'd leave. And people offered me money on Friday, and I never took it. And if they're watching here, some of them do, they'll tell you. I didn't have it, I had no chance. Because we're not in it for that. The Dragons are not in it for money. Well, I certainly ain't anyway. And the ones that I know who deal with on a regular basis and not. But there you go. But it's down to you guys. Like I said, follow it if you want, but please, I implore you, look again for yourselves. Look again if you want your kids back. Look at it sensible with a logical brain that you're following somebody who's threatened to cut the Queen's head off. You're following somebody who wants to turn us into a republic and bring martial law. You couldn't make it up. That's what you're following in the cold light hour today. That's what you're following. And do you really think by following that, when these are caught, the government are going to turn around and say, yes, these are of all sound mind, give them the kids back? Do you really think they are going to do that? I can only tell you and advise you. If you don't want to come away from me and you believe this and you think it's 100%, you better make sure that it's 100% what you're doing and you're following. Because if this doesn't succeed, you're in for a lot more pain than you've already got. You come away now, before it's all uncovered, you can still apply the proper routes and you maybe get your kids back. But you ain't going to get them following John and Andy. It's fact, as Andy says. It's up to you. But like I said, Rick is going live at 9 o'clock. All tune into that because I'm going to be tuned in because I haven't seen this video and I'm going to be very interested in what's been said last night. Because like I said, unlike these today, who'll be able to see this, we unfortunately have all been blocked and haven't had the privilege to be able to watch it. Can only go on hearsay, what people have said. That's why I haven't said too much, because you can't really go on hearsay. But the one bit he has said about me a racist and an abuser of people online, it's just so funny. You couldn't be farther from the truth. I've never abused anybody. Only when they've attacked me. So, any questions on here? Yes, it's going to be live on Facebook. If you go on Rick CIR, that's Rick's account, he's going to be doing it on there. So everybody, tune into Rick CIR. Send him a friend's request if you haven't got him on there. And go and watch it on there at 9 o'clock. It should be good. He's going to have some good guests on, I would imagine, because the phone number will be put out. People can ring in. All you out there, Andy, you say you can't never get on anywhere. You definitely get on there, it's a phone. So please, call in, mate. John, call in. Eddie, Jesus, call in, have you say with Rick. Rick's the one who's putting it all out there. Gary, I've been listening to you for around a year now. I started listening to Andy shortly after. But yeah, well, that's up to you, Lisa. I mean, like I say, unlike Andy, I don't block people because to follow him. It's my way or no way. You can follow Andy. All I say is, if you follow Andy, I've got an opinion. So if you follow Andy, don't go on Andy ripping him a new one about me, and don't come on here ripping me a new one about Andy. If you're following somebody, you must be following them for a reason. But I never tell people to take sides. Ever. You can watch Andy, you can come on here. But if you get abusive on here, then I won't have no hesitation but to block you anymore. I used to be too nice for myself. But not anymore. It works for everybody else, so it's going to be the same for me. I don't speak down to everybody. I don't speak down to anybody unless I'm, people on here have different opinions. And like of you, Lisa, I've just said, well, that's up to you, darling. You want to follow Andy, follow him. Not a problem. Whereas now, the other way around, Andy'd be calling you to pieces. You'll see for yourselves anyway. You'll see the difference. That's all I'm saying. You go and you can question me, I'll talk to you civil. And I won't block you. You'll still be able to come on my next live feed. You go and question Andy. And I mean really question him. And watch how irate he gets. Then you're blocked and then you won't never get on another feed. So who's telling the truth? Yeah, he's defending Jesus' comments from last night. And the Dragons did leave them alone. Yes, we did so. And everybody who's around, if the troll Facebook for the last week will see we haven't done a thing to them. Since my last video when I said we wasn't going to do no more, we haven't. We remained in honour, we didn't do nothing. And to be honest, I was like that whether to do it now. I was still like that whether to do it today. Because I really am up to here with it. With a lot of it. Because we've got better things to do. Got better things to do than keep arguing with fucking Andy Devine and John Manoa. Well, I certainly have. Anyway. So, all I'm saying to you is, whatever you hear Andy Devine say about me in the future, don't expect a reaction from me. Because you ain't going to get one. The only reaction you're going to get from me is a great big belly laugh and rolling about the floor. And then when I get up, when it's the end, then you might get a reaction. or until he comes with that big massive yellow vest on, which has got to be the size of 5 tents now, the amount of people that's on the back of it, till he comes with that and arrests me. But that's the next time you'll be hearing from me regarding Andy Devine. So I'll just say, don't want to know, don't want to know, don't want to know. The facts are out there, look at them, choose, do what you've got to do. That's going to be my attitude on this from now on. Well, I don't know nothing about the Gordon Bowden situation. I ain't privy to his relationship with Gordon Bowden, so I can't comment on that. But there are others who are, But that's the thing. I won't comment on stuff that I don't know nothing about. People tell me who I trust and who've never been wrong, i.e. Rick. Of course I'm going to believe him. He's never been wrong. Rick has never ever been wrong, ladies and gentlemen. And he's had our backs since the day we started. Never been wrong. So, there you go. But there is evidence out there, Sarah. Go on Rick's wall. The facts are all there. It was wrong what they did yesterday. Why aren't you condemning them, Sarah? Or are you another one with blinkers on, darling? That's what I'm saying. They did a horrendous video last night, but I can't see anybody calling them out. Again, only now, like now tonight, you're all coming on here, oh, this is disgusting. But you weren't on his live yesterday saying that was disgusting, was you? You're all a bunch of hypocrites, all them. Not all of you. A lot of people on here are great. I'm on about the ones who are criticising this video now. Hypocrite. That's what you are. Because like I said, we ain't got the privy of it. But go and watch that video from last night and let's see you go on there. Let me somebody send me a screenshot of you going on there last night. Go on and watch it today and put your £2 in on that one and tell them how wrong they are. Let me see the screenshots of them. No. I'm not on about you, Sarah, in particular. I'm on about, there's a lot of people on here coming on here whinging about this video now. But they're not moaning about the one they did about us yesterday. Because they've got one-way memories. Yeah, he's deleted it now, but Rick's got it. So Rick will be doing it, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be on in a minute. So it's all right. I've got two phones side by side here. So I'm trying to look into this phone and trying to look into that phone because I'm doing it for YouTube at the same time. Yes, facts are facts. It's simple. Andy keeps on facts, facts, facts. Nathan's asked him loads of questions. He's not answered one. So my question to you, Andy, we know you watch these videos. We know they get sent to you. And you can watch them unlike we. So, Rick's going live at 9. The number will be put up in the chat. Go on live, Andy. Go live and answer the questions. If you can. Or do what I did when you caught me on the op. Just say, I don't know that much about it. If you don't. I'm backing Rick and I'm backing Nathan. I don't know much about it, but I know enough about it which I told you on the day. It's a scam. You've told me the original of that flag, the original documents have all been burnt. Only the Marys have got them. Well, that's a bit of not coincidence. What's the word I'm looking for? Ironic, not ironic. There's a word I'm looking for and I can't think of it. Convenience. That's a bit convenient that the Marys have got the original copies, but the rest have all been burnt. A bit convenient that. So how do you know if it's original well or not then? Because there's nothing when you do the research on it. It's what it is. The flag is what it says it is, in my opinion. You show me the documents to say. And I don't mean photocopies. I mean wet originals. If you've got them. Go on a live, put the wet originals up on the screen. Not photocopies. Anybody can doctor a document. Yeah. That's the problem with a lot of them. Yeah, there's no problem, Penny. That's what we're here for, darling. We're here to help. We always help. And anybody will tell you, doesn't matter what time of the day or night it is, if you text me or ring me, I answer. And I talk to people. We never leave it. Or if we're busy, we might not be able to get back to you that day. Because what you don't realise, ladies and gentlemen, like me, I have hundreds and hundreds of messages on Messenger every day. Hundreds. I work 12-hour days. I work hard in my job. So sometimes I'm more tired than others. So some days I get to look at a lot of messages. Other days I don't. I'm too tired. But we go through them messages one after the other. And a lot of them are just links. People send us to watch this video on YouTube, watch that video. But others are genuine questions, inquiries. But we always answer them. Even if it takes a week, 2 weeks. Eventually, we'll go through all them messages and we'll answer you. But we're not doing it. And all I'm saying to you is, if you've sent a message, an inquiry, a week ago, send it again to put it back at the top. Because sometimes you just don't get to see them all. It's not that we're being ignorant, because we're not. So, that's all I will say to you. So now I'm going to be going. That's it from me. I will not be speaking about Andy again. You will not see me on here again doing another one of these. Unless it's really bad what he says. All the tittle-tattle about me being racist, whatever, suck it up, because it's stay true. But, you know, or prove it. Because you won't. Because all my half-caste family and my friends, Indian friends, black friends or whatever, will have a real good giggle when they watch that video and hear that. Have a really good giggle. So, that's up to you guys, what you want to do. I'm on about Jesus and all that now. You want to send it everywhere you want to send it, because like I said, more people know me and know that that's not the case, and that's all I'm bothered about. I ain't bothered about what you idiots think. But there you go. So that's me done. I will not be speaking about it again. We will be on talking about other things. From now on, we'll be going back to what the Dragons are good at. And that is information. And putting the right stuff out. We won't be doing this no more. So Andy, do your worst. I couldn't give a shit. If anybody does carry it on, it'll probably be Rick. Because you've pissed him off. Rightly so. You've called him. Rick ain't what you said he is. Rick's a genuine person. And Rick will go out of his way now to prove he's right. But you definitely won't be hearing no more from me. So, that's it, guys. Tune in to Rick at 9 o'clock. The number will be in the comments when he goes live. Phone in, have you say. You're all entitled to phone in. Anybody. Like I said, including you, Andy, including you, John Manoa, or anybody else, Jesus, anybody else, phone in, have you say. It's quite simple. So, that's it from me. Have a great weekend, guys, whatever's left of it. Stay safe, as always. Whatever you do, look into it for yourselves. and do the right thing for your kids, if you've got kids. Because it's not a good look to be with them when you've got kids. But there you go. So stay safe. Remember what we believe in. This thing behind me here. The Constitution. The rule of law. Common law. No loss, no harm, no injury, no fraud. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Here's my hand, here's my heart. Love every single one of you. I'll speak to you all very soon. Don't forget to tune in to Rick. He'll be on. I don't know what time is it now. I don't even know what time it is. But he'll be on very, very shortly, 9 o'clock or just after. So I'll see you all on there. I'll be in the comments. So yeah, join in. And if you haven't seen this video, like we haven't, you'll be watching it for the first time and we can all debunk it together. See you later, guys. Have a good weekend.